We're breaking into your local programming right now to bring you breaking news where the city has just begun the process of taking down the Stonewall Jackson statue on Monument Avenue. A large crowd is gathered there at Monument Avenue and the Boulevard. Our Brendan King, as you can see, is standing by there. This is a 17.5-foot tall equestrian figure on top of a 20.5-foot tall pedestal. And we want to go to our Brendan King right now for a look at what exactly is going on there in that area. Brendan?
Without a doubt, Cheryl, this is a historical moment that hundreds of people have gathered here on Monument Avenue and the Arthur Ashe Boulevard to watch city crews take down or prepare to take down the Stonewall Jackson Monument. I want to step out of the way and just show you what the efforts are right now. So you see a crane has positioned itself right beside the statue here on Monument Avenue. Beside that, a flatbed truck that is going to carry the statue away. And so it began the day at a city council meeting at 11 o'clock, a special meeting where city council members were prepared to hear from Mayor Stoney. He proposed a resolution calling for the immediate removal of the Confederate statues and monuments here in the city of Richmond.
As we're watching here now, someone has run up to the base of the statue that they're trying to remove at this point, is yelling something at the crowd that I can't hear, and people are starting to converge upon that person. As he is overcome apparently with emotion, he looks like he is crying.
Yeah, Cheryl, can you hear me? This is an individual who came down past our camera here, and he was carrying a flag that said "Protect our monuments," protect our Confederate monuments, and he just ran through the crowd and got to the base of the statue, and you can only imagine that not only is that unsafe to be so close to the statue while these crews are working with these tower cranes, but now what has happened is that the people who have been watching this began booing and surrounding this man. And we also have crews that are pushing the man away.
And there it goes. The detachment. And amid the torrential rain, the statue of Thomas Stonewall Jackson is detached from the pedestal and is lowered onto a flatbed truck, a process that started about 1 o'clock this afternoon here in the city of Richmond after, by emergency order, Mayor LeVar Stoney decided that all monuments to Confederates would be taken down in the city of Richmond under emergency order, a process that was approved today by state law, July 1st, 2020, that states and localities in the state would have the responsibility for deciding whether the statues would be removed or not. This particular statue and the others, once they are removed, will be moved to an undisclosed location until it's decided the future of these monuments and what will happen to them, what kind of historical text will be put on these statues. Unfortunately, the storm did not chase people away. They wanted to see this historic moment happen. A crowd of hundreds had gathered at this area since about 1 o'clock this afternoon.
The Stonewall Jackson statue has been removed from its pedestal on Monument Avenue and in the middle of a storm. It has definitely been a day for history here in the city. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Rob Desir.
And I'm Candace Burns. We have several crews working for you on this historic evening in Richmond.
So let's go straight to our Brendan King, who has been out on Monument Avenue for nearly 6 hours, bringing us constant updates. Brendan, you've been doing a phenomenal job. What's the latest?
Without a doubt, hundreds of people watched history here at the intersection of Arthur Ashe Boulevard and Monument Avenue. Like you mentioned, in the pouring rain, the Stonewall Jackson statue that has stood here for more than 100 years, finally off its pedestal, lifted up. And I want to show you what we are showing you right now. So we are seeing that not only is the Stonewall Jackson statue off the pedestal, it's actually sitting on its side. The crews are continuing to maneuver it in order to put it on a flatbed truck that sits near this location here. That flatbed truck has tires and also has slabs of wood. And this all started around 1 o'clock this afternoon, following a special meeting, 11 o'clock, a virtual meeting at City Council. This started at 1 o'clock here at the intersection when word got around, spread pretty quickly on social media, that this crane crew out of Connecticut had surrounded the statue and police began to block off the streets. It took some time to get to this location because of the detours, but once I was finally able to get to this location, walking here, others were running here because they did not want to miss the opportunity to witness what they say history for themselves. The people who live nearby walked, some people rode bikes, others, like a North Side man I spoke to, intentionally drove to this location. He told me, he said he wanted to see this Confederate statue be removed from his own eyes and be able to tell his granddaughters that he saw this happen in history. And so it's hard to forget that this effort mostly started about 3 years ago with the current city council, and that was because of city council man Mike Jones. He credits other people before him, of course, but he said he introduced this resolution 3 years ago to remove the Confederate statues following the Unite the Right white supremacist rally in Charlottesville. And so I interviewed him live here at this intersection while these crane crews had wrapped these straps around the four legs of the horse and began to saw the hooves off the pedestal. Listen to what he had to say.
Everyone is gathering together to say Black Lives Matter and that white supremacy cannot exist and should not exist in this country. And so I'm proud of everything that these young Richmonders have done to get us to this point to where we can truly say that Virginia is for lovers.
And this follows weeks of Black Lives Matter protests in the city of Richmond, clashes of police with these protesters. As you see, the pedestal remains graffitied at this time. It's unclear exactly what's going to happen to the pedestal, but right now, hundreds of people, I would argue, remain in this area watching, waiting for the removal, complete removal of the Stonewall Jackson statue that have been watching for well more than, I think, 5 hours now. Guys, back to you.